Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Stupid Player NegativeAE, and welcome back to Steins Gate 0. Last we left off, some shit had just gone down with a bunch of people, and then it went back to me, and I saw what went down. So this is a little bit weird. That was all I could say as I watched these men go, or these tough men go down one after another. I knew from the size that Tenoji was strong. It was the other girl that really shocked me. Oh. Her disguise ruined, Suzuha jumped around like a cat. Each time she moved, the men around her quivered. I knew she'd undergone some combat training, but I had no idea she was this strong when she was serious. So she had like a wig on, because she had like red hair. The kicks from her long, lithe legs were like a work of art. Not bad, part-timer. You too, boss. The men fell to the ground without even having time to draw their knives and guns. Several days earlier, when I realized that the enemy was probably starting to panic, I came up with a plan. In the last world line, Moike had told me that someone was looking for Kagari. I wonder if that was true in this world line too. So I asked Moike to leak some information for me. A girl, matching Kagari Shina's description, came down the road at the same time every day. And today, a few days later, they had all taken the bait. I had hung back behind the corner of an alley while watching them fight. I felt kind of pathetic. But it was obvious that not only would I be of no help whatsoever, it'd actually just get in the way. So it was smarter to leave it to them. How are things on your side? I heard Daru's voice from the earphone on one of my ears. I'd called him and left the call to connect it so that we could talk at any time. Is Suzu okay? Is she hurt? Daru had been opposed to Suzu's plan to use herself as a decoy. He must have been worried about putting his daughter in danger. Don't worry. She's a lot more amazing than you realize. Well, she's my daughter. But if she gets hurt, I'm going to hate you forever over her. He'd be better off worrying about the people she was fighting. I suddenly heard a high-pitched whistle. At the signal, the men started to turn and run. They'd realized they'd fallen into a trap and decided to retreat. Sorry, not happening. Tenoji's giant arms grabbed one of the men's hands, but there was a hollow popping sound, and the man's body went limp. Was he dead? He took his own life? Uncle, he's coming towards you. A piercing yell brought me back to my senses. One of the men was coming towards the alleyway where I was hiding. Our goal was to capture them and make them tell us who they were working for. If we couldn't do that, then all this would be for nothing. I ran out in front of the man without even thinking. My sudden appearance caused himself to hesitate for a moment, but he kept charging without dropping his speed. I saw that he was holding something shiny near his waist. Just as he hit me, Suzuha slammed into him with a jump kick. Gotcha. The kick knocked him directly into Tenoji's waiting arms. Tenoji caught him easily, and then spun the man's arms around his back so he couldn't hurt himself. Uncle, are you hurt? Are you okay? I'm fine. Okarin, what's wrong? What happened? Don't worry, everyone's safe. Suzuha, did we get him? Something like a scream came out of his mouth. some point, Tenoji had jammed what looked like a towel into it. It's probably to keep him from killing himself, like the last guy.
Hey, cool.
You're the one who's gonna have a bad time if there's a fuss. And we're still only on the first one, pussy. We got 9 more to go. Then we've got the eyes, both the ears, the nose. There's lots of fun in store for you. His voice was cold. This was the real Tenoji. This was FB. I wanted to look away, but Suzuha was watching without flinching in the slightest. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this either. You're going to tell me in the end anyway, so isn't it better just to get it over with now? Huh? Well, should we go for number 2? The man shook his head violently. You should have just done that to start with. So, who are you working for? Tenoji took the towel out of the man's mouth. He said something in a whisper so small I couldn't hear. Tenoji's pallor suddenly changed. Strat 4. You're not lying to me, are you? The man desperately shook his head again. Strat 4, huh? That's gonna be a problem. Strat 4. I've heard of them. They're a constant in this story. Pretty much in every thing. Back when I was into conspiracy theories, I looked them up on the internet. Their real name was Strategic Focus, I think. They were an American civilian intelligence company, sometimes called the Shadow CIA. They specialized in military matters, and their skills had supposedly been put to good use during the Iraq and Gulf Wars. If a CERN rounder like Tenoji said they were a problem, then they probably were. This wasn't going to be easy. But now isn't the time for being scared. Do you hear that, Dara? Start hacking Strat 4's servers right now. I felt myself starting to relax after I completed my first objective. But there wasn't time for that. This is where things really began. What's wrong, boss? Something bothering you?
Yeah.
Nah. It's just that Strat 4's a civilian company, you know? No matter how many of these people you can catch, is it really going to solve the problem? It did seem strange, come to think of it. Hey, are you really... Tenoji started to wring the man's neck again, but... Damn it. He passed out. What a wimp. Tenoji sighed, took out a rope, and then started to tie him up. Let me clean this up. You guys go. You... Sure. This isn't the end, is it? I was a little curious what he intended to do with them, but... Alright, we'll let you take care of it. I had other priorities right now. I said my thanks to Tenoji and then hurried back to the lab with Suzuha. This is a weird... I don't like working together with Sir and... Oji-san, Hayaka. I know. Suzuha ran through the night like a panther. It was all I could do to keep up. I'm pretty sure I read that wrong. The path to the lab seemed far longer than it usually did. Because you're running. We finally made it to the lab. Naori, Ferris, and everyone else were already there waiting. And Kaguri too. Kaguri was lying on the couch in obvious pain. Her breathing was shallow. Her complexion was pale. Something bad could happen to her at any moment. Dar, how's it going? Just a sec. I got the route I used last time I hacked I hacked it. Checking it now.
前にって
The
お
last time.
前そんな危
Why
険な
did
こと
you
をし
do
てたの
something
か
so dangerous?
ちょっとね、友達とかけ
It's
て
a
ね、
bet with a buddy of
どっ
mine.
ちが早くハック
We
で
were
きるか
going to try
勝
and
負
see
した
who
ん
could
だ。
hack it faster.
ゴーゴーカレー1年
Winner
分
got a year's worth of go-go curry. He probably had no idea how dangerous that was.
あれどっちが勝ったか聞かないん
You're not gonna ask who won. From the way he was acting, there was no need to even ask.
とにかく急いでくれ
Hurry.
ラジャー
Roger. Since their plan to steal back Kagari had failed, there was a good chance that Stratfor would resort to even more desperate measures. There was no time to waste. And... Okari, you're not looking so good.
いや
No, it's
なん
nothing.
でもな
It's not nothing yet. Let me see, Nya. It's annoying reading Nyas because it's not even a word. You really hurt, Nya. Talking about you're bleeding. I tried to avoid looking at it, but there was a lot more dark blood staining the side of my shirt than I expected to see. When the man that stabbed me before must have gone in pretty deep. Ah, that makes me shake. Oh, I hate stabbing. Oh, that's the worst. You're not fine yet. Look on you. Get the first aid kit. I like Ferris's character, but I
俺は
hate
大
Ferris.
丈夫だ
I'm okay.
前よりそれよりも
Forget about
Kagari
him,
wa?
Mayoi. How's Kagari? Kagari, hang in there. Kagari was still lying on the sofa, panting for breath. For the last few days, she'd been getting weaker and weaker. Her hand reached up into the air.
どこにいるの
Mommy's right here. I'm right behind you. Or, right behind you. Right beside you. That's weird. Mayoi grabbed her hand tightly. And she finally smiled a weak smile. Mommy, tell me,
私
am I just going to disappear? It's okay. Okarin and Daru will do something.
オカリンさん
That's right. You know Okarin, don't you?
オカリンさん
Kagari's lifeless eyes turned towards
心
me.
配しなくていい
Don't worry. Just a little more. Just a little
も
more
う
and
少
you'll
し
be
で
back
元
to
通りに
normal.
なる
岡部さん私を消して
Erase me.
かがり
彼女の中から
Erase me from
私
within
を
her.
このままじゃ
At this rate, she's going to...
彼女が
Those are Kudasu's words. Personality and memory were two different things. Just because she had Kudasu's memories didn't mean that she had Kudasu's personality. But... Oh, that was crazy. Oh,
岡部さん
oh, I like that. I like the I'm going crazy effect.
私を消して
That's crazy. That's a cool... I know it's just like two pictures on top of each other. But for visual novel's sake, it's pretty cool. Those were definitely Kudasu's words. At least, that's how it seemed to me. I remember what she'd said before. She told me to save Mayori. She told me she couldn't sacrifice Mayori to save herself. Maybe there was a tiny chance that Kudasu's memories would safely settle inside Kagari's mind. But even if they did, I knew what she had chosen. She'd chosen to live. She'd chosen to disappear. I had no way of knowing if the words coming out of Kagari's mouth were from another personality created by Kudasu's memories, but there was no doubt that they were Kudasu's words. Right now, she was nothing but a formless thing called memories. So why? Why even now, when she was nothing but memories, did she still have to suffer so much? Why did she have to suffer at all?
ごめんね岡部
I'm sorry, Okabe. Clear drops fell from her softly closed eyes.
誰
Daru,
まだか
did you find it yet? Kurusu. I asked him to stop myself from screaming her name. Wait,
待ってもうすぐ
hang
も
on.
うすぐ
Just a little more. Just a little more.
まずいよおじさん
This isn't good, Uncle. Suzuha whispered to me as she looked out the window.
23
One,
何人か集まってきてる
there's a bunch of them
Strat 4だ
outside. It's Strat 4.
誰
よし来い
Okay,
来い
come on,
来い
come on, come on. The tension was rising every second. Was he done yet? Why wasn't he done yet?
シュー
Got it.
誰
シューシューシュー
Alright,
来た
I
来た
got it.
来た
Bingo.
ビン
Okay, so as soon as we do this, we're gonna have to get the walk out of here. Lukaku and I and the others brought the treatment device over, but I motioned for them to stay back as I looked down at the monitor. Maho leaned over Dara's other shoulder.
重要そうなファイルの中からサイズの大きな
Look
も
at
の
the
を選ん
fires
で
that seem important and pick the biggest one.
待ってよ大きなの
Wait,
ずっ
the
と
big one?
と
Could it be this one?
でもファイルネーム
But the file name is John.
モーツァルトの洗礼名はヨハネ
That's Mozart's Christian name. That has to be it.
なんかよくわからんけど
Is it really?
てか中にもファイルがいっぱ
Did
いあ
I
るんです
just
けど
learn something from Steins Gate Zero? Is that true? Can someone let me know? I should know that if that's the case. Not that I really like Mozart. Mozart was a prick, a little bit of a prick. And that's why I just never really got into him. So it was all musicians were though, so it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Inside the folder were several files labeled with
ファイル
codes.
が増えてる私たちの研究段階じゃこんなに多くなかった
There's more files, but there weren't this many when we were doing research. Which meant that after the Amadeus program was shut down, and it had ended up in Strat 4's hands somehow, and they'd gone on to do more experiments with it.
この中のどれかが
I read that wrong.
かがりさんの記憶データのはずだけ
One
ど
of these has to be Kagede's memory data, but
K6205 だ
K6205.
K6205 番が
K6205 is Kagede's memory star. Coachal number 620, the magic flute.
K62 あったこれだ
後の手はずは事前に話した通
Now
り
do
に
it just
頼
like
む
we talked about. Compared to Kurusu's time loop machine, the process was a lot simpler. Since the memory data already existed, there was no need for a VR headset or the phone wave. All we had to do was use the decoder program on Kagede's memory data and then use CERN LHC to compress it. Then we transferred the compressed data and sent it to the cell phone.
完全に囲ま
Hurry!
れた
We're completely surrounded.
誰準備はいい
Dar,
か
are you ready?
オールオッケー
よし行くぞ
Okay. Do it.
待って
Wait! I looked up and saw that Maho was staring at the screen, her features frozen in an iron mask.
どうした
What's wrong, Hiaja?
本当にうまくいくのかしら
Is this really going to work?
もし失
If
敗
it
したら
fails, Kagedi
か
will...
がりさんは
I reached my arm around Dara's back and put it firmly on her shoulder.
大丈夫だ
It'll be
俺が
fine.
保証する
I guarantee it.
岡部さん
Oh.
おじさん
Oji-san? Let's go.
係
I stepped away from the PC and knelt down in front of the sofa where Kagedi lay.
岡部
いいな
Ready? Goodbye. Kurusu. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. They're right here. How do you keep your hair like that, I wonder? Is that like a tie? How does that work?
了解
Huh. Staple? The sound of footsteps coming up the stairs. The sound of the phone ringing. Okay, So this is the split. I'm gonna not answer this. If I don't answer this, this will be a Kagami ending, and we'll be on our way.
岡部さん
Listen, the last thing she said was, I think that
あ
I
なたのこと
loved you, is what she said. Whether those were Kurisu's words or Kagami's, the words were cut off by the sound of the door and the sound of screaming. Wait, is this the call? Yeah, reject that shit. Oh, maybe it's not the call. But then Kagami's fingers cut off mine. Or cut mine off. Okay, so that wasn't the call. I thought for sure that was the split. But it's definitely not. Then her fingers, maybe Kurisu's, tapped the button and answered the call. And then the phone up against her head stopped ringing. Okay. So the split didn't even happen yet. I'm supposed to ignore a phone call. That's all I know. That's all I know. Recursive Mother Goose. Is this where I'm supposed to be? Did I answer or not answer the call? I don't know. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Did I mess it up? No, this is it. That's weird. So I wonder how the split determines at what point I answer the call. So because I answer the call quicker, another ending happens? Jesus Christ, this game. What the Why is this game, I swear to God, dude. That is like the smallest change. I would have never gotten that. Well, maybe I would have. I don't know. I probably would have gotten the other ending before this one. There was no one there but me. Alright, so we're in a new world line. Even Suzuha, who should have been living here, was gone. And we were still in the 1. So Mayori's still alive. Dara, Mayori, Ferris, and Luca. And Kagami too. This is the interesting part for me. It's like whenever you transfer and you have no idea what's going on, you have to try and figure it. It's like a mystery. Every world jump. Everyone was gone. I was so tired and sleepy. I clutched my smartphone and lay down on the sofa. I closed my eyes, too tired to think. Am I gonna go to sleep right now? What kind of fucking clod am I? Oh, I am a clod.
おかりんねえ起きて
Wake up. It's lunchtime. Someone was shaking me softly.
おかりん寝す
Look
ぎ
at
だ
you,
よ
you're sleeping too much.
もうすぐ
Kagami
鏡
will
さ
be
ん
here
起きちゃうの
soon.
に
Kagami? The second I heard her name, my mind snapped back into alertness. I forced myself to sit up. I was sitting on the sofa in the lab. I'm a clod. Wait. It's still the 15th? Isn't it the 16th?
起きたね
You're finally up.
てるおかり
Da-da-da. Unless it was really late last night. Mary nodded, satisfied, and left my side. I took a look around the room. The table was covered in notebooks and textbooks that seemed to belong to Mayori. She was probably doing her homework. I like the soft music. I could see Dara's huge back hunched over the PC. The monitor was displaying a cute anime character. He seemed to be playing another H game. From the look of things, the only people in the lab were him, me, and Mayori. I need to figure out what happened. Check your phone or something. The time on my phone said it was just before noon, which meant I had been asleep for more than 10 hours. No, I must have passed out before I checked to see if the world line had changed. I listened for a moment. I could hear the usual bustling of Akibara outside. There was no sign of Strat 4. And that alone made me feel relieved.
Okari?
Akane, you look like you were having a bad dream. Is everything okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Want some barley tea? You shouldn't have Dr. P right after you get up, right?
そうだな。
Yeah.
麦茶がいい。
Tea is fine.
わかった。
Okay. Wakata. Mayuri went to the kitchen.
コップ全部使っちゃってる。
There aren't any clean cups. Just give me a second.
洗うから。
I'll wash one.
大丈夫。
I'm fine.
急がなくていい。
No hurry.
あ、まゆしまゆし、僕もお茶ちょうだい。
Maishi, I'd like some tea too.
はーい。
Hi. All of this felt like an old memory. It seemed like ages ago when I'd last had a normal conversation like this. But this is no time to be sentimental. While Mayuri was washing the cup, I needed to get things straight in my head.
変動し
It
た
was
ん
a
だ
world
よ。
line change, right? In the end, I'd hesitated at the last second. If Kagiri, or perhaps Kudesu, hadn't stopped me, maybe the world line wouldn't have changed and Strat 4 would have caught us. But change it did. I could still feel the lingering sensations from my reading Steiner, so I was sure of it. From the look of things, Mayuri and Dari were the same as ever, and the immediate danger was gone. The reason for the change was probably the deletion of Kudesu's memories within Kagiri. Those memories must have included something that dealt with the time machine, which meant that their existence was important enough to control whether or not the world line existed. And I deleted them.
いや、
No.
逆の可能性もあ
It
る
could be the opposite too. Maybe even if Maho's program hadn't worked right, and the memory rewrite failed, the world line would have changed anyway. Unlike last summer, it wasn't clear what was making the world line change now. True. Yeah, you're not the one really changing the world line, it's other shit that's happening. Which is weird. Because it's like the timing of my answering of phone calls and then not saying anything during the phone call. Like, I don't know, it's weird to me. The first thing I needed to do was to see if Kagiri's memories had been successfully rewritten.
お待たせ。
Here you go. I love that, like, determined look. Mayuri always has that, like, two fists by her side.
今麦茶出すからね。
I don't know if it works in real life. I haven't seen, like, a good, like, real life. Like, I'm gonna, like, pump up my hands. But that's, like, a good look. I like that. At least for anime characters. So the 4 cups were on the tray. 4?
前よりどうしてコップが4つあるんだ
Why are there 4 cups?
だってかがりさんも飲みたいだろう
Kagiri's
か
gonna
ら
want some too. That's right. Kagiri.
かがりが来てるのか
Kagiri sent me.
さっき LINE で
She
連
just sent me a
絡が
message
来た
on
よ
Ryan. She'll be here soon.
そうか
I see.
何の用で来るんだ
What's she coming over for?
オカリンが呼んだんじゃん。
You called her.
昨日
You sent
LINE で
everybody a
連絡
message
よ
on
こした
Ryan
でしょ。
yesterday and said we needed to
今日
meet
の
up
正
here.
午に第3回かがりたんの記憶を取り戻す方法を考える会。
To try and come up with a way to get her memories back.
メンバーはオカリンと僕
It's you,
とか
me,
がり
and
たん。
Kagiri-tan.
まあ今のところ成果ゼロだ
Not
けど
that we've had any luck so far, though.
俺が
I
呼んだ
called her.
まゆしんも参加できたらよかったんだけど
Moshi wants to help
今
too,
日
but
はバイトがあ
I've
る
got
ので
work today. I could hear Mayuri apologizing from the kitchen.
かがりさんの記憶
I hope she gets her
早く
memories back
戻る
soon.
と最近
It must be sad not to remember anything except the most recent past. She didn't remember anything except the recent past. What was going on? Kagura should still have, or still had her memories from when she was a kid. Maybe trying to rewrite her memories had actually deleted them? This is a new world line, yo! What the fuck? Here you go. Mayori handed me a cup of barley tea.
Oh, arigato.
I took the cup, trying my best to hide my internal shock. I'll leave yours here, Dara.
どうも
Thanks. I gulped down the tea, stood up from the sofa, and went over to Dara.
誰？
ん何
What's up? I lowered my voice so that Mayori couldn't hear.
かがりの記憶の上書きは成功したのか？
Did the memory rewrite for Kagura succeed?
それとも失敗したの
Or
か？
did it fail? Dara looked at me for a moment, confused.
何の話
What are you talking about?
え？
That wasn't the answer I expected. I had to reread some stuff. Yeah, I'm in a new world line, yo.
かがりの脳内
Sometimes
に
I just
残っているクリ
subconsciously
スの記
read
憶を消すのは
lines, and
成
then it's
功
like
したの
gone.
かと聞いたんだ。
So I have to reread them. I'm asking if we succeed in deleting Kurisu's memories from Kagura's brain.
何その SF 設定怖
What
い
movie is that? It sounds scary. It was pretty
僕
scary.
についに中二病患
Are
者
you
に復
finally
帰
back
した
to the
の
old you? What? It froze for a moment. Dara didn't look like he was lying. He had no reason to lie anyway. Yeah. Bro. You saw... I mean, you fell asleep last night after Strat 4 was there and then not there. That was like the biggest clue. Did that mean in this world line Kurisu's memories had never been implanted in Kagura?
ちょっと来い。
I guess the question remains, like, how did she lose her memories?
ねえ
What?
僕エロ
I'm
ゲ
playing
し
an
てる
age
んだ
game
け
right
ど
いいから。
That's weird to just announce. Just come with me. I dragged Dara outside the room, leaving a very confused Mayori behind.
寒
Wow, it's cold.
いオカリン僕を殺す気
Okanin,
か
are you trying to kill me?
いいから。ちょっ
Just
と
be
だけ付き合
quiet
っ
and help
て
me
くれ
out。for a minute. I
確
want to
認
check
したい
some
ことがあ
things.
るんだ。
He must have sensed that I was serious because after a moment's suspense, he nodded silently.
今のかがりは記
Is
憶がない
Kagura
んだ。
missing her memories right now?
そうだよつか何度
That's
も
right.
言ってるっし
I've
ょ
said
そ
it
れ
a bunch of times,
タイムマシンで過去に来る前の
including her memories of the future
未来の記憶
before she got on the time machine.
ないってば
Yes.
覚えてるの
All
はこ
she
こ最
remembers
近
is
の
what
こと
what's
だけ
happened lately.
未来のことを覚えてた
If she
ら
remembered
せ
the
めて
future,
マユ
we
シに
could at
は
least tell
カガリタ
Mayushi
の
who she
正
really
体を
was.
教えてるし
それはつまり
You're telling me that Mayori doesn't know
かが
Kagura
りが
is
自
her
分
daughter,
の
right?
娘だ
うんそれは秘密にしとくって
You
オカ
decided
リン
to
が
keep it a
決めた
secret,
ん
ということは
which means that the
Kagura
only
が未来
people
から
who
来た
know
ことを知ってい
Kagura is
るの
from
は
the future are
僕とオカリンと
me,
鈴葉
you, and Suza.
それだけ
Is that all?
それだけオカリンが
That's all?
他の誰かに
Unless you
話
told
してなけれ
someone.
ば
そうか
I see.
すまなかった
Sorry. I must not really be awake yet. I had a dream I'm mixing up with reality.
現に
気にすんなって
Don't
僕
worry
なんか
about it.
24
I live
時
in a
間
dream
夢の
24
中で生
hours
き
a
て
day,
ますか
baby.
らそれにさ僕として
And
は
anyway,
そうい
it
う
felt
テ
like
ンション
forever
高い
since
オカ
I'd
リン
seen
が
you so
久々
excited
だ
about
ったから
something.
なんか
Instead of answering, I took a second to think. It seemed like there were three main differences with Kagura in this world line. 1. She didn't have Kurisu's memories. 2. She didn't have her own memories of her childhood. 3. Only me, Daru, and Suzuha, who Kagura really was, or knew who Kagura really was. In other words, Mayori didn't know that Kagura was her daughter.
戻ったのか
Am I back? The Kagura seemed closer to the one that I'd met before I jumped to the Alpha World line. Everything seemed almost the same as before, including the fact that we were trying to get back our memories. Did this mean that a second world line change had brought me back to the old one? If I had the divergence meter, I could tell that. starting to think like I used to. I chuckled at myself. I should stop. I decided to have nothing to do with the time machine or the time leap machine. All I could do was help Kagura get her memories back.
オカリン、なんかさっきから変じゃね
You've been acting kind of weird for a bit, you know?
いや大丈夫
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
ならいいけど。
I hope so.
つっか、いい加減寒
Anyway,
いか
it's
ら
really
戻っ
cold.
ていい
Can I go back in?
ああ俺も凍えてきた
Yeah. I'm cold too. Dara and I raced back inside the room. When I got back, I could just barely make out Mayori's voice.
探し物ひとつ星の笑う声
That's the song from...
風にまたたいて手を伸ばせばつかめるよ
I like that song. That's a really cool song. Mary hadn't noticed us come back in. She was putting her textbooks into her bag, and it sounded like she was also singing a song.
それ誰の歌だ
What song is that? It was only then that she realized I was there. Oh, welcome back. It's cold outside. What are you guys talking about?
ちょっと今期のアニメについて
We
の
were
意見
just talking
交
about this
換を
season's
してた
anime.
すごい
Oh, wow.
なあ今の歌って
What was that song?
あもしかして、
Oh, was I singing
さ
it?
んじゃって探し物ひとつ星の笑う声風にまたたいて手を伸ばせばつかめるよ
I like that song. That's a cool song. I heard something fall near the front entrance. At some point, Kagura had opened the front door, and she was standing there with a shocked expression, her mouth opening and closing. Her bag was lying at her feet. She must have dropped it in surprise when she came in. But did anything that surprising happen?
あかがりさん
Oh, Kagura. Du-du-du.
そう
That,
そう
that,
その歌
that song.
私知ってる
I recognize it. Huh?
そうな
Sing
の
it again.
そ
Do you?
その歌
That
は
song is... Kagura was trying to point at Mayori, but was shaking too much to do it.
その
That song. She fell to the floor like a puppet with his strings cut. Kagura. Oh, damn. That's a weird cut point. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, it's a cut back.
探し物ひとつ
I'm sorry, I really like this song, guys.
星の笑う声
It's my new ringtone.
風にまたたいて手を伸ばせば
The music is kind of ruining it right now.
つかめるよ
That is, the music is cock blocking me. What is it, Kagura?
それ何の歌
What song is that?
えへへこれはね
This is a really important
で
song.
も
See, the sky looks pretty nice right here. They should have painted it just all black. Like, I know they're trying to, like, set the mood and stuff.
どんな歌なの
But isn't the world's 2036 just, like, terrible? What kind of song? It's a song to make people smile when they're crying, maybe.
泣いてる人を笑わせるの
Is it
が
important to make people smile when they're crying?
それも大事だけど
That's also important,
そうじゃなく
but
てね
it's not all.
この歌は
This is the song that brought you and me together.
この歌があったから
This song is the reason we met.
その歌がなかったら
So if it weren't for that song,
かがりのママに
you
なって
might not
く
be
れな
my
かった
mommy.
かもそんなのいや
I don't want that.
ごめんごめん
Oh, sorry.
そうい
Sorry.
う意味で
That's
言
not
っ
what
た
I
んじゃ
meant.
ない何があっても
I'll always be your
ママ
mommy,
は
no matter
あ
what.
っても
But
そうだなかがりちゃんには
I want you to remember this song, Kagari.
いつかかが
For
り
the
ちゃ
day
ん
when
が
you
大
meet
事
someone
な
really
人と
important
出
to
会
you,
うその人が泣いているとき
so that when they're crying,
笑わせられるよう
you
に
can make them smile.
一緒に歌
Come
お
on.
う
Sing it with me, okay?
探し物一つ星の笑う
Okay, this music is ruining it.
声探し
Oh, that's so cute.
一つ星の笑う声上手
You're really good.
次はね
Now the next part is... Oh shit.
ママどこ
Where are you, Mama?
どこに行ったの
Where'd you go, Mommy? Mommy?
行かないで
Oh, damn. Alright, we're back to me. I'm gonna end it here. If I go again, it'll go to like 50 minutes. We're gonna see what's up with Kagari, because I have a feeling some of her memories just came back. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate if you leave a like and, subscribe. You know my spiel. Roguelikes and visual novel stuff. If you're interested and want to hang out even for a little bit, I appreciate having you. And I'll see you guys in the next episode, whatever it may be. Peace out, you guys.